Hello, I'm Julie Tupler, creator of the Tupler Technique program for treating diastasis recti. In this video, I will show you 3 things: how to put on 1 short torso splint, 2 short torso splints, and a short torso and a regular torso splint. Wearing 2 splints gives you more coverage, and the layering of these 2 splints keeps them in place better. Remember, the purpose of the splint is to continuously put your muscles and connective tissue in a close together position so they are in the correct position to do your exercises. Just wearing a splint will not close your diastasis. You must do all 4 steps of the program. When you put on the splint, make sure you do 3 things. Put the splint on in front of a mirror. I have my mirror right over here, so you can see where you are attaching the arms and adjusting it. Number 2, wear a fitted tank top, a long one, under it. And number 3, make sure that your underwear and your pants go over the tank top and splint so that you can go to the bathroom without taking your splint off. So make sure you stand in front of a mirror, again, when putting your splint on. So now I have 2 short torso splints here. I have 1 medium and I have 1 small because I'm a little bit bigger on the bottom. So I'm going to be putting the short torso medium on the bottom. So make sure the label is on the left, on the inside. Put the pad on your back. On the left side, the one with the label, put that arm between your legs. Now, with your left arm, go across your body and hold on to the end of the elastic arm and gather that in your hand. So the whole arm is in your hand and then it rests on your belly. Bend your knees, bring the belly button to your inner spine, hold it there. Now, the job of your right hand is to move the muscle and the connective tissue towards the middle. Use the heel of your hand to do this. I move the muscle and the connective tissue. You want to hold this hand here. Well, this hand straightens the elastic arm. I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to attach it on top. Now, we want to make sure that you attach it on top and that it's on the pad, because if it's off the pad, it's going to scratch you. If it's too low, it's going to interfere with the bottom arm. It needs to be on the side. If it goes in the back, that means that the splint arm is too long. So what you need to do is cut off the end, cut the elastic, and sew this back on. You can also just put a hem in it to make it shorter. All right, let's do the second arm. So here's the cutout right here down below. Make sure that's free. I'm going to look in the mirror to make sure that it's even. Since I'm putting on 2 splints, I'm going to make sure that this arm right here starts at my belly button. So I'm going to move it down a little bit. So the point of the bottom splint is to go from your belly button to your pubic bone. So let's do the bottom arm. Take my right hand, go across the body, hold on to the end, gather it in the hand, okay? And this cutout goes on top, and make sure that this arm doesn't go too high up on the other arm. So bend the knees, bring the belly button to your inner spine, hold it there the whole time you're putting the splint on. Move the muscle and the connective tissue towards the middle. Hold that hand there as you turn to the side and attach it on the side, on the bottom. And then I'm going to look in the mirror and adjust it. And again, make sure it goes between your belly button to your pubic bone to get the bottom part of your belly. Now you see, I still have this part left that has to be splinted. So I'm going to take my other splint, label on the left and on the inside, put the pad on your back. Now, depending upon how much coverage that you need is where you put it on the pad. If you only need a little coverage, then you put it lower down. If you need a lot of coverage, then you're going to put it higher up on the pad. So again, label on the left, put this one between my legs. I'm going to take my left hand, go across my body, hold on to the end, Gather, 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 gather. Bend the knees, bring the belly button to your inner spine. Now with this hand, the heel, I'm going to move the muscle and the connective tissue towards the middle, hold it there, and then I'm going to attach it on top. Looking in the mirror, it's on top. I'm going to take this arm out, make sure the cutout is free. Now, I want to make sure when I adjust this arm that I'm going to be going up right under the breast, right here. Okay? Now I'm going to take the second arm, make sure the cutout is free, and it goes on the top. So I'm going to bend my knees, bring my belly button to my inner spine, hold it there. Gather the splint in your hand, move the muscle and the connective tissue towards the middle, hold it there. And now, when I attach this splint, I'm going to attach it to the top and the bottom. Okay? I'm attaching this one to the top pad and the bottom pad. This helps keep it in place better. And then I'm going to adjust it. And this is what 2 short torso splints look like. So now I'm going to show you how to put on a short torso on the bottom and a regular torso on top. I'm going to get a regular torso one. So remember, when putting this one on, the bottom one, it goes from the belly button to the pubic bone to get the bottom part of your belly. So with the regular torso, I have it in a different color so that you can see where I'm attaching it. Okay, label on the left, put the pad on your back. Left arm goes between your legs. And now my left arm comes across the body. I gather. And this one, remember, goes right under your breast. Bend the knees, bring the transverse belly button to your inner spine. Move the muscle and the connective tissue to the middle. Hold it there. I'm going to look in the mirror. I'm going to attach it on top. Okay, right there on top. Now I'm going to look in the mirror because this one we want to adjust, again, to be even and make sure it's right under your breasts, on top of the ribs. We're going to do the arm on the left side. My right hand goes across the body. I gather. Bend the knees. Make sure your belly button is at your inner spine. Hold it there. Heel of my hand brings the muscle and connective tissue to the middle. And then I'm going to look in the mirror, and I'm going to attach this right above the other arm. Okay? And then make sure this one is free. And I'm going to look in the mirror and adjust it. Now we're going to do the bottom arm. And remember, this arm gets attached to this splint that we're putting on and the bottom one. So take my left hand, across the body, gather. I want to gauge my abdominals, bring my belly button back to my inner spine, knees are bent. With my heel of my right hand, I'm going to move the muscle and the connective tissue towards the middle, hold the hand there, straighten the arm, and we're going to attach it to both pads. You can see here, I'm going to attach it to both pads here. Okay, to the top and the bottom pad, and I'm going to adjust it. And this is what a regular torso splint looks like on top and a short torso on the bottom.